Support me. Hello and welcome. It is August 2nd. 2 days to my birthday. 2 days to get 5, 6 subs. So please, if you haven't had a chance to sub yet to my vlog, please sub. Help me hit my 200 sub goal by August 4th. And there will be plenty of rewards. You're going to get to see me eat some of the world's hottest ramen. You're going to see me go out and interview some people. But if I don't hit 200 subs, then I don't know. You might have to suffer through watching me eat a sandwich or just looking at my cat. Either way, it is day 2 of RPG a Day 2020, and I am your grumpy guide to all things RPG a Day 2020, day 2, and the word of the day is change. Change. Transform. Henshin. How has my role playing game life changed from the beginning of 2020 to now? And let me say, at the beginning of 2020, things were off to a great start. I was playing a lot, I was running a lot, I was working with a bunch of children who had special needs and using role playing to help them um, explore the world and explore themselves and learn math and science and history and social interaction through the art of role playing. Uh, I was making new friends. I was mending bridges with old friends who maybe I'd grown apart with because of whatever reasons. There was a new role playing game group that is starting up, and they were meeting every month and they were inviting new players, and I was meeting lots of new players. I was running games I was really excited about. I was working through some personal issues through the games. I was still, of course, meeting people who just pissed me the fuck off and just were like, dude, it's not about cheating. It's not about being a murder hobo. It's and trying to teach them what role playing should be about. But for the most part, 2020 started out really positive. I had made some new friends. I was in some new gaming groups. I was seeing an influx of new and exciting gaming blood, and a lot of the negativity of 2019 and 2018 was going away, and people were really enjoying the game and coming to the game, and lots of kids were coming to the game. I was meeting families who I was playing with. I had made a lot of new friends. 2020 started out really great. And then COVID hit, and everything just crashed. The stores closed, the gaming groups broke up. They didn't want to be in public places because everybody believed everything they heard about COVID, whether it was realistic or utterly inane and stupid. If it came from the CDC, people believed it. If it came from Trump, people believed it. If it came from some crazy homeless person on the street who was saying COVID was started by aliens, they believed it. People believed COVID was magic. And if you were anywhere even near somebody with COVID, you could get it. It would just jump off their bodies and jump onto you. People believed it was magic. So every game I was in crashed and burned. Every gaming group I was a part of crashed and burned. All the new players I had met, all the old players I had mended fences with, all the games and all the social activities I was a part of just crashed and burned. But that's okay because everybody said, well, we'll still continue on Zoom. You know, this is a perfect chance to use Zoom to reconnect with old friends because they're Zooming and they're roll 20ing and they're Skyping. And this is going to be the birth of a new generation, a new experiment in social distancing role playing. And we're all going to be able to do the stuff that we saw on YouTube. And for the first couple weeks, that was true. People were gaming on Discord. People were gaming on Zoom. People were gaming on Skype. People were gaming on Roll20. And then that just ended. All the Skype, Zoom, virtual social distancing games I was a part of just crashed and burned. Now, I know other people are still doing it, so obviously the experiment worked in other parts of the world. But for some reason, and maybe it was me, or maybe it was just the groups, or maybe it was just after a while people realized that this actually doesn't work for our particular hobby without a lot of other things going on. But just Skype role playing without figures, without maps, without being able to actually hear each other and communicate each other. Because let's face it, this is a horrible method of communication. Um, every social distancing virtual game I was in exploded. To today, where I am in 2 games, one of which is probably going to end pretty soon because the social distancing and the group dynamic just doesn't work. And then the other one's probably going to end also because, from my personal experience, this as a method to role play is not working. Elite. Every group I was in, every person I was associated with, every whatever, it just is kind of crashing and burning. It's just not working. Now, I have gone on record as saying that I have some personal physical, mental, special needs issues that makes doing this even harder for me than some other people, but at least I have tried to adapt. I've tried to overcome. I have spent countless hours plugging away to try and figure out a way to circumvent my disabilities and my inability to use this to its best and most fullest possibilities to be a part of this virtual role-playing environment. So I have jumped in both feats, sacrificed my physical health, spent hours researching and training myself to be a more active and better participant in this virtual environment. And at least for me and the groups I have been a part of, it still hasn't worked. And most of the role-playing groups I was playing in, most of the role-playing groups I was running with, just dead. I mean, you'd think I'd be gaming every frickin' day or every frickin' other day and be running and playing in dozens of games, but I'm not. And that is how COVID has changed. My year started on an all-time high, one of the best gaming years I was having in a long time, and now brings us to August, and it's pretty much just the worst gaming year I've had. Just a gaming deadland, and I don't know why. I assume I play some responsibility in that, because we all know I am incredibly difficult to get along with and I am very set in my ways. But even though I am trying to be better and I'm trying to work through and I'm constantly trying to change and improve myself, I still know that even at my old age and despite all my years, there's still things I could be better at about myself that I could change. So yes, I am sure that I play some part in the reason why I am not more active in the virtual world, both because of my personality and because of my various disabilities and because I have a fucking piece of crap computer and a fucking piece of crap video setup, whatever. But that doesn't change my perception that all the other groups are just kind of gone. That's not to say it's not working in other parts of the world for other people, because we know it is, because the proof is in front of us on YouTube every day. Some new group, some new game is being put up. Usually it's something sponsored by our, Wizards of the Coast or D&D Beyond or Lightning Strikes or some charity or whatever, but it's still out there. But my personal experience of virtual gaming, of the game groups I have been in since 2020 started, is that they have all, for the most part, crashed and burned. Yes, I am still in 2 virtual games, but it just doesn't feel the same. And it just constantly feels like just one wrong word and this game is just going to explode, because it's just too easy to use this as an excuse to not. And that's what needs to change. Is if this is going to be the future of our hobby, then we need to invest as much time and energy and resources into virtual gaming as we did at the beginning of the year in face-to-face gaming. At least that's my opinion. And that's all I'm going to say because apparently my vlog was way too long yesterday and I need to make them shorter. So thank you for being a part of RPG A Day 2020 and the OG GM Adventures. If you're feeling like this is something that interests you, it is totally free. So go to the RPG A Day website, download the questionnaire, and for the next rest of the month of August, why don't you post something? It could be art, it could be a vlog, it could be a poem, it could be adventure, it could be a miniature, whatever. Post something about role playing and what it means to you during this amazing month of RPG A Day. And while you're at it, why don't you take a moment and sub to my vlog if you haven't yet and help me hit 200 subs by August 4th. And I'll talk to you losers later.